Yo, what's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Foster Lee, aka King Zulu Lee. Um, Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you guys for chiming in and tapping in with me. Do me a favor and hit the subscribe and hit that like and share this with as many people as you want, because I'm dropping free game. All my YouTube channels, videos. I'm trying to give people knowledge and attainable information to make it so that they can be successful. All right, now I want you guys to make sure you stay all the way to the end of this video, because I'm going to be dropping some gems about how you can make yourself some easy passive income by creating one easy little product. Okay, that product today and the topic is going to be is ebooks. All right, ebooks and how to create ebooks and how you can marginalize and market them online and make money while doing it. I'm really excited because finally my lighting came in for my channel. I got a new mic. I got a new some new gear on the way as well. I got a green screen with a drop back. I'm going to be actually doing another channel with one of my friends, Larry. You saw me talking to him in the last video about how to create your own YouTube channel. He's going to be mic'd up and have a camera on him, so you're going to be able to see his face as well. For this episode, though, I'm just going to be using my mic and my light for you guys to see what I'm going to do. And I'm going to air this actual episode on my podcast, Focus Energy. And if you haven't tapped into my podcast yet, make sure you do so. It's on all streaming platforms. Apple Podcasts, it's on Spotify, it's on iHeartRadio, it's on Tidal, it's on everything. So if you haven't heard my podcast yet, just go ahead and check it out. It's Focus Energy with King Zulu Lee or Foster Lee. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get my mic set up and get ready to start recording my podcast. But so bear with me, give me about a couple seconds here, all right? So, yo, what's up, man? It's your boy, Foster Lee, A.K.A. King Zulu Lee, back at it again with another one. Welcome. All right. So for you guys who are just listening at home, I'm going to be putting this podcast up on my YouTube channel, Focus Energy. All right. So if you guys want to have a little bit of a visual representation of what it is that I do, I'm out here recording on the actual computer right now, and I'm recording it with the video as well, so I can put that up for you guys to see my little setup here. For everybody at home that's listening and doesn't know, that didn't hear me before, that I put on my YouTube channel just now, is that I'm going to be actually starting another YouTube channel with my friend Larry Feinstein. The name of that show is going to be Foster and Feinstein. We're going to be talking about all types of entertaining subjects. It's not going to be just based on business. It's not going to be based on just entrepreneurship and based on how to create passive income. This YouTube channel is going to be more entertaining about the walks, like the everyday things in life, between music, funny, comedy, news, real world things. So stay tuned for that. It's coming soon. I think we're going to start recording our first episode this week on Thursday, and I'm not sure when it's going to air, but I'm pretty sure we're going to do an episode a week going forward. So stay tuned to that. I'm really excited. All of our gear just got in. I was just telling people on the YouTube channel, we got our lighting in, we got our mics in, we got our backdrops in. So stay tuned. It's going to be really interesting, really different than this actual YouTube channel that I have right now. So without further ado, let's get into the subject matter of this podcast. So what I'm going to be speaking about on this podcast today particularly is informational products. And one thing that specifically that I'm going to talk about as far as informational products, because I put in my podcast and as well as my YouTube before that ways that you can create passive income. One of those ways was informational products, and I think I touched on cookbook, but I'm going to just give it a broad spectrum of a topic today, and it's going to be all ebooks and creating an ebook and how to sustain that ebook and how to capitalize on the ebook and how to monetize your ebook. So let's get started. All right. I have no notes, so I'm just going off the top of my head with these. Bear with me, because I've started and I've created a couple of ebooks so far. I've put one out, and it was how to market your social media. The next ebook that I'm working on right now is going to be called it's going to be called, let's see, what did I name it? Focus Energy's Recession Survival Guide. All right, it's going to be, I think I'm going to either name it Recession Survival Guide or just Recession Survival's Guide, or Focus Energy 2021 Recession Proof, or something of that nature. Basically, what the ebook is going to be stating and talking about is ways that you can put yourself in a position to not have to worry financially if and when another market crash happens, or when, you know, the world stops and comes to a halt again like it did in 2021 or 2020. And how you can prepare yourself and your family for not having to take such a hit or a brunt for financial losses or job security and things of that nature. Let me put my phone on vibrate just in case someone tries to call me. Okay. So with that being said, let's get right to it. So for an ebook, the good thing about creating an ebook is that once you create it, once you actually establish your ebook, you can make it so that you make multiple you can make multiple sales on the ebook over and over and over and over and over again. It's just like music. It's digital content. Okay. So the hardest part of people getting started with their ebook is trying to figure out what their topic is or what their title is going to be. All right. For me, I feel like that would be the easiest thing, because at the end of the day, you can change the topic, or you can change the title over and over and over again throughout the creation of your book. But the hardest part, I believe, is just getting started. Actually putting pen and paper and writing down your introduction, your table of contents, and mapping out how many chapters you're going to want to have. That to me is the hardest part, and that's where I found a lot of my stagnation and halting comes from, is trying to figure out, okay, what's the first sentence going to say? What's the first word? How am I going to capture the audience? How am I going to make sure that I engage the readers to make sure that they want to stay throughout the whole page? Now, I heard a statistic the other day. I don't know if it's true. I didn't research it to figure out if it was true, but a lot of people, I would say about 90% of people who purchase ebooks don't necessarily finish them. And the reason that they don't finish them because it doesn't capture their senses. And I found that alarming, because a lot of the ebooks that I've read, I've made sure that I've read them all the way through, and I listened to them, or for the not just necessarily ebooks, but the books on tape, or what do you call it, audio books. I listened to them multiple times. So don't be one of those people who gets an ebook or downloads an ebook or listens to ebooks and not finishes them. Okay, but one of the ways that you can make your ebook, or the ebook that you create, easier to read and make sure that people finish it, is making it short and sweet. It doesn't have to be a novel. It doesn't have to be 200 pages, 400 pages, 1,000 pages. It doesn't have to be that long. You literally can make an ebook 10 pages. You literally can make an ebook 15 pages, 20 pages. It doesn't have to be that long. We always get caught up on trying to duplicate a work of art by someone who's an established writer, who's been writing for 10, 15 years, and it comes easy to them. And what a lot of us doesn't know is that these people have editors, and these people necessarily can write and jot down notes and have somebody else do all of the work. Or they can just do what I'm doing and speak the words constantly and speak for 2-3 hours, and that can transcribe into a book of epic proportion, because you can talk a lot faster than you can write. So they'll do all the speaking, and then hire or subcontract someone else to actually go and do the actual writing of the book. So don't get down on yourself about trying to create a long ebook. Just create something that will be beneficial and helpful to those who read it. And the types of ebooks, that is up to you as a person. Okay, don't get too caught up on what should I do? What type of book should I create? Think about you and yourself, and think about what you're good at. Think about what you're passionate about. Thinking about what it is that you like to do. What are you good at? What do you have to offer to the world? Whatever that thing is, or whatever it is that you like a lot and you love, create an ebook on that. There's somebody out there that's going to want to hear what you have to say, and that's going to need the knowledge that you have inside of you. So start there. If you, like I said before, 2 videos ago with the informational products, is you can create a cookbook. If you have a recipe that was handed down to you, time and time again, and from generation to generation, and you have a really good way to cook macaroni and cheese, put that recipe in a book and then duplicate that. And you don't necessarily have to have a bunch of copies of that book. Once you create that ebook digitally and you create a sales funnel and you promote it, and you market it, then you can sell that one book that you created hundreds and thousands of times. And whatever you set your price point at, if you do the math, you think about that, it literally might have taken you, 30 minutes to an hour to write a recipe book, maybe 5-page recipe book of step-by-step of how to create this. And if you sell it for $10, $9.99 or whatever, maybe $5. Let's just make it even simple. If you sell it for $5 and you sell 1,000 copies, that's $5,000 that you just made off of 30 minutes, hour worth of work. Doesn't that sound like something that you can do? Yes, and don't tell yourself you can't. Okay. Now, another thing with ebooks is that there's websites out there to help you with ideas. And so if you're feeling like you're one of those people who are stuck on, oh, I don't know what I want to do, or I don't know what my ideas should be, I don't have enough, content to think about, then make sure that you go create something that, I lost train of thought. Make sure that you go find out these options that you have on the internet to give you ideas of where you could, of what you can start your book on. Okay. Some of these things are like PLRs or, how-tos or things of any type of epic proportion. Hold on real quick. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. All right. Sorry about that. But yeah, you can find those ideas anywhere. You can literally just go online. Oh shit. Had to make sure I kept recording. Sorry about that. I'm back. But yeah, you can find these ideas virtually anywhere online. If you can't come up with an original idea of yourself, if you can't think about what it is that you would could offer the world and benefit. Okay, so the first thing that I would say that you must do and that you should do is change your mindset. Okay, change your mindset to thinking that, oh, I've never wrote an ebook before. I don't know anybody that's written an ebook before. I don't know where I would start. If you change your mindset to saying, I never wrote an ebook before, but I want to write one, let me figure out how. Let me YouTube these ways. Let me Google the ways that people before me have done it and started, or reach out to me. I can give you guys ways. I can give you guys topics. I can give you guys pointers of how to start your ebook or how to start any type of informational product that's out there. All I've been doing for the last year is just studying. And I found that through all of my studies, the best way for me to sharpen my tools is by creating a YouTube channel to show you guys how to do it, creating a podcast by telling people how to do it. And then that way I can make sure my skills are constantly being tested, instead of just hoarding this information and downloading this information into my brain and not utilizing it. All right. So now what I'm doing is, now that I've done all this studying, I'm going to continue to learn. I'm going to be a forever student. I'm a lifetime student. But now that I'm learning, I'm going to start implementing these things by creating products and creating these ebooks, and then promoting them and marketing them to the world so that you guys can see what I'm doing literally in real time. I think about it first. So like one of my shirts, thought, speech, action. So I think about it first, and then I speak it. I speak it into my podcast. I speak it into my YouTube for you guys to hear. And then the action part, I go and I actually put these products out. And that's the stage I'm at now. I've had 2 products one ebook on how to market and capitalize on, and how to create a internet business, and then I have products, my t-shirt company. So I have 12 or 13 phrases. I think it's 11. I'm not sure. I got to check on my team of how many, because we scrapped a few. So we got 11 phrases. All right. And these shirts are available. If you need one, just hit me up. The one I'm wearing today is apply, attain results, meaning that if you apply yourself, you can attain anything, and then you will see the results that vary and that follow. All right. But yeah, so change your mindset of not being fearful of being able to start something that you've never done before, because nobody everybody has to start somewhere. You're gonna miss every shot that you don't take. You know what I mean? And that's just a quote that I love to live by. That's Michael Jordan or Wayne Gretzky or somebody that said that, and it really resonates with me well. So change your mindset, right? Because it's literally not about your skills, it's about your mindset. And if you use your mindset and attain the information that you need, then your skill set will start developing, your skill set will start growing, you'll start getting better. It's just like Bruce Lee with the 1 inch punch, okay? You got to actually start doing it. But in order to get your skill set up, you got to change your mindset. All right. And then that starts with like auditing yourself, or looking within yourself and figuring out what it is that I need to change about me to change my mindset to kick myself in the butt to get started with this today. All right. Now, once you have your idea for your ebook, once you have created your ebook, and then once you have published your ebook or gotten it ready and it's finalized, and you proofread it and you spell checked it and you got all the things ready, now the next step is to make sure that you tell the world about it. All right. A lot of people create things and then they just utilize word of mouth to try to promote it. And that's not going to work if you're trying to be successful at whatever it is you're trying to produce or sell. All right. So make sure the world knows about it. And the way that you can make sure the world knows about it is running ads. All right. There's so many different ways to run ads. You literally can run ads on Facebook, run ads on Instagram, run ads on Google, run ads on YouTube, run ads on TV, run ads on radio, run ads on podcasts, run ads on. There's so many different ways you can run ads, but people shy away from wanting to run ads because it costs money, right? But if you're not willing to invest in yourself, how would you get anybody to invest in you? I'll wait. Let me say that again. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, how would you get anybody else to invest in you? Okay? The money that you put into your company or into your craft or into yourself is a direct reflection of what you're going to get out of it. It's not about how much you can spend, right? It's not about that. But if you spend something towards your goal, if you spend something towards, or if you invest towards your product, you're going to be able to reach people that you wouldn't have otherwise. You know what I mean? So if I'm gonna spend a couple $100s to run an ad, and I reach 10,000 people, that couple $100 helped me reach 10,000 people in a blink of a second, versus me having to go meet 10,000 people in a bar, in a library, in a school, in a hotel, on a plane, on a bus. You know what I mean? Or in the Uber. Think about how much literal time would go into you having to meet 10,000 people organically versus paying $200 to get your book, your ebook, or your informational product in front of those people. $200 isn't that much if you think about it in hindsight. If you start looking at your time, if you start looking at your time as value, if you look at your time as asset, if you look at your time as money, that's money spent that you now have your time back. If you spend that $200 to get across to 10,000 people, and say you only made 10% in sales, now you just paid $200 to reach 10,000 people. You made 10% in sales. That's 1,000 people. That's 1,000 sales. If your ebook is $5, that $200 has made you $5,000. And if it took you 30 minutes to an hour, let's say an hour, say it took you an hour, okay, in that 1 hour to create your ebook or your recipe book, cookbook, you paid $200. It took you 1 hour's time, $200 of capital, and you made $5,000. Now, say you wash and repeat that. Now you get the same ebook, okay? Next month, you do the same thing. You spend $200, you reach 10,000 new people, because you can change the target audience. You can say, I want to go to Dubai, I want to go to South Africa, I want to go to England, I want to go to, you get it, New Zealand, whatever, okay? Next month, you do the same thing, $200, you reach 10,000 people, you sell 10% of that, which is 1,000, you make your $5,000 again the next month. You start doing the math, you're looking at 1 hour worth of work a month, $200 in expenditure a month, and you're making profit $4,800 and in that month. And if you can do that over and over and over again, you keep creating these products, ask me why would you ever need to work a job again in your life? Ask me why do you not understand how powerful that can be and how easy it can be once you change your mindset and start actually running those ads. Okay, now it won't happen overnight. I don't want you guys to think like, oh my God, like you hear this, I'm about to make $4,800 every month. No, it's gonna take some work. It's gonna take a lot of discipline. It's gonna take a lot of education. And it's gonna take a lot of research and being honest with yourself and being disciplined with yourself and holding yourself accountable. That's what it's gonna take. And a lot of the ways that you're gonna run these ads and get these customers, first of all, is once you create your book, I want you to go and give it to certain people that you know for free maybe, or for really cheap, and then have them in return send you a testimonial or a message, a received message or back that you can screenshot saying that, oh my God, thank you for your ebook. I made this delicious food for my family. Everybody loved it. And you start taking those testimonials and you start putting them in hard drives. You know, you start storing those and collecting that data, and then you can use that data to run your ads saying like, look, my book did this, my book helped this person, or I helped these people who didn't know how to cook create a fabulous meal for them and their family. All right, and when you have those kind of testimonials, people will be more inclined to work with you, knowing that your product is real and your product is out there and it's actually helping people and it's not a scam. All right. And the next thing that you want to do after you create your book and create your product and everything is on your social media and on your website if you have one, or even in your persona, your day-to-day, get you some business cards, get you some brochures and some pamphlets, and you want to start establishing yourself as an expert in your field, whatever it is, whatever niche that you're doing is. So say you're cooking, what you want to do is tell yourself or tell the people in your audience, or your customers or your clientele, that all right, the reason that I can say this without a doubt is because this is my great grandmother's recipe. It has been handed down to me. I'm only using recipes right now because there's so many different things out there, and I feel like a cookbook, something like this, would be the easiest to like decipher. You also can use a children's book or whatever, and just say that these stories or this recipe has been handed down the times, and so you become an expert because you're the only one that has access to that recipe, and it's been a part of your family for hundreds of years. All right, so then now you're the expert in that macaroni and cheese recipe because there's nobody outside of you and your family that knows it. And same thing with a child's book. You're an expert in the child's book because you've been around children your whole life. You went to daycares after daycares, you know, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. The second, I don't even know what number it would be. So I guess the fourth thing after, you know, you change your mindset and you start creating your skill set and start uplifting your ability to speak on whatever it is that, I mean, not speak on, but to learn whatever it is that you need to learn, then you start creating value in yourself. And then once you position yourself as being an expert in that field, now people are going to want to come to you. And then when they see your ads that you're running, then it's like, oh my goodness, I seen you in the Super Bowl commercial. I need to get one of those books. How can I get it? Boom. Then you got to make sure you got a sales funnel, click funnel set up so you can direct them to how to get your book and tell them go to www.whatever or go to my Instagram page and DM me. I'll get you a copy, whatever. But you want to make sure you get their information, their phone number, their email, so then you can start building a database of repeat customers. Okay, that's really important. But the next thing, so I guess the fifth thing that you would want to do after all of those things I just listed would be to remove the scarcity mindset out of that. I learned that from Neil Davis, one of my, he's pretty much a mentor. I've been looking up to this guy for the last 6 months. I've been doing a lot of research, listening to a lot of his courses and podcasts. But yeah, the scarcity mindset of thinking like, oh, I don't want to give the world my grandmother's secret recipe because then it won't be secret anymore. It's like, no, you can't think like that. You can't think that if I tell you something, like my YouTube people out there, if I tell you something, if I give you some information, right? I don't necessarily, I'm not afraid that once you learn it, you're not going to want to hear it from me anymore, because I'm constantly learning new things. I'm constantly learning new techniques. And with that being said, is that what I learn, you learn. So I'm always going to have value. And that's another thing that Neil speaks on, is that if I provide value and value and value, and everything that I'm telling you works and it's beneficial to you, and I'm doing it for free, then when I do actually have a product that's for sale, you know that it's going to have value, because why would I sell you something that doesn't have value when I'm giving you value away for free on a constant basis? My podcast is free. My YouTube is free. Every other videos that I'm coming, so from now on, every video, every podcast that I'm giving you is going to be ways that you can benefit you and your family, and it's going to be for free. I'm not going to charge you for this. I'm not going to be like, this is my exclusive YouTube channel, this is my exclusive podcast channel. No, everything that I learn on these are going to be how you can do it as well, and you're going to be able to access that for free. Now, the things that I'm going to charge for are going to be for my time. So if I spend time writing a detailed list of how to do this, how to make $100,000 in a year, how to make your first million, and I detail list that, and it takes me 6 to 7 hours to write this book or to create this course, I'm going to have to charge for that, because that's my time. I'm not charging for this right now because I've already spent the time learning this stuff, right? I've already thought about it, and right now I'm speaking it, and then my action part is going to be actually writing it down and creating something in the digital content form or a physical content form, in of course, or an ebook or something like that. So when you got to remove that scarcity mindset of thinking that what I learn I keep in my head and I don't want to give it out, because people will flock to you if you bring value. If you're constantly just flooding them with information that's helpful to them, they're going to keep coming back. Good information is like a good drug, you know? There's a lot of people out there that learn from just watching other people. They learn from just listening to other people. A lot of people don't want to have to open a book. A lot of people aren't going to pay $1,000 for a course to learn something new. A lot of people aren't going to go and watch hours and hours of YouTube videos just to learn one new thing. A lot of people are going to like to get information from certain sources, you know, and then move it along and go to another place and get little pieces of information from another source. So everything that I'm saying, I'm trying to drop little gems so you can just take whatever you need and you can utilize it for you and yourself and your family. All right. So remove the scarcity mindset. And like I said before, creating content like this podcast, like this YouTube, and creating free content that people can source and people can use and share, puts you in a position that people understand and they can trust you, because they get to sample you without any risk. They get to watch you from afar. They literally get to just tap in with you and see, let me sit back and see if this guy knows what he's talking about. Let me see if this actually works, and let me go try this. And you don't have to let anybody know. You don't have to let me know. You don't have to DM me. You don't have to like any of my videos. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to share anything, but you can literally try out everything that I'm saying. You can test out what I'm saying. You can research what I'm saying. And then time and time again, if what I'm saying turns out to be true, if what I'm saying turns out to be real, turns out to be factual, eventually you're going to become unwary, realizing that what I'm saying isn't bullshit, what I'm saying isn't a scam. And then when I do decide to create products out there and offer those products to you, you're going to be more inclined to buy it, or more inclined to tap in with me, or more inclined to tell somebody else about it. So that's why you got to create free content, like podcasts, music, uh, YouTubes, videos, whatever, like Instagrams, all that, any type of things. All right. So I'm kind of wrapping it up. I'm trying to figure out what else that you would need to do with an ebook to uh to capitalize and to create income from it. Um, yeah, man. Once you follow all those steps, and you get those ducks in a row, and you create those things, I don't see why you don't start profiting from it. The only way you wouldn't be able to profit from it is by creating a book and then not going through the proper channels of research to find out how to market properly, how to promote it properly. But that's what my company Focus Energy is about, is to show you how to build, show you how to create, show you how to market, show you how to promote it, and then how to create income from it. All right. Now, my company is fairly new, so I don't have the Maseratis and the Lamborghinis and the jets and the boats just yet. You know what I mean? But I'm just now in the process of seeing how to attain all those things through credit, through business lines of credit, trade lines, through loans from the banks, through business loans, through grants, through understanding capital from investors and stuff like that. So stay tuned, and you will see those things. And you also can attain all of those things too, but you got to get started. For anybody out there that's just has an idea but doesn't know how to get started, hit me up. Email me at focusedenergy.ent@gmail.com, or follow my Instagram page at focusedenergy.ent. Anything, man. You can DM me, you can email me, you can write a comment on my YouTube channel. But whatever you do, don't wait. Don't wait too long, man. This 2021 is the build is the action year. 2020 was the build year. 2020 was a year that set everybody at home and put us all on the same playing field of like, all right, what are you going to do next? Or are you going to just sit around and wait? Don't be one of those people that are going to sit around and wait. Make today the day. And if you need some help starting it, don't be afraid to reach out. I appreciate y'all, man. Once again, thanks for tapping in with us with Focus Energy. This podcast was about ebooks and how to create your own ebooks. If you got any questions about the ebooks, let me know. The next podcast I think is going to be about music, how to capitalize on music, how to create, how to monetize your music, how to market and promote your music as well. So little different websites and things like that you can go to. But I think that's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all for staying with me. Once again, for you on my YouTube channel and for my podcast, make sure you subscribe and share this and like it. Let me get 5 stars. I'm really close to monetizing my YouTube channel. I think I'm about 200 watch hours away. I appreciate all y'all for tapping in and making sure you stay to the end. I love y'all. I holla, man.